And I'd also like to say something about the elephants. This happened recently. The elephants were banned from Bombay. And that's very similar to the carriage horses because they are the carriage horses of Bombay. And they were banned for cruelty reasons, not because the people didn't like the elephants, because they realized that it was a cruelty issue to have these elephants going through the traffic, through the filthy city, through the pollution. So I'm hoping that we could learn a lesson, our city council and our mayor can learn a lesson from Bombay.
I noticed that there were pedicabs along the way. Would this be a nice alternative for tourists?
Oh, of course it would be. Pedicabs, this is the 21st century. You know, these carriage horses come from the 18th and 1900s. They don't belong in 21st century New York. The pedicabs are terrific. Yes. And besides that, what I'd like to say is that the guys who drive this, or even there are women who drive it too, it's their choice. You know, it's not the horse's choice.
So if people feel compassion for these animals that are working so hard and long and in dangerous, loud, noisy New York City conditions, and they'd like to help make a ban to eliminate this horror for the horses, what would you recommend that they do?
Well, first of all, they should go to our website. We actually have two websites. One is www.banhdc.org, and that's Coalition to Ban Horse-Drawn Carriages. And the other one has a lot of information about the carriage horses on it, including the legislation, and that is www.nycanimals.org. And if anyone wants to sign our petition, they could sign it online on both of the websites. You could see it right at the top. Or if you want to email me to get our e-newsletter, the email address is coalitionbanhdc@gmail.com. And if it wasn't clear the way I said that, it's the HDC stands for horse-drawn carriages. Either of those websites, and there's a section called What to Do. And they should get in touch with Mayor Bloomberg. The other thing they could do is to contact their council members. This is really, really important. It could be as simple as giving them a call, a telephone call. And you should always ask to speak to the chief of staff. Don't just speak to the person who answers the phone. And say you are in support of a ban of the carriage horse industry, and tell them why, that it's inherently inhumane, and any other information that you might get from our website. And your council members should really be called on a monthly basis and ask them if they have a position on the carriage horses. So many people are coming out to be in support of this ban that even though it's going to be very difficult, it might just happen. It's going to take all of us to do this. Everybody has to step up to the plate. It's very inhumane, and we need help. And if anybody wants to come down to Fifth Avenue, right by the Plaza Fountain, we're here every Saturday, 1 to 5 for 4 hours, and even on the hottest day, I'm sorry, I'll be more specific. It's Fifth Avenue between Central Park South and 58th Street, and it's very cool because we're right by the Plaza Fountain, and we get a lot of breezes, and so don't worry about it being hot. And we're also in the shade, so you don't have to even wear sunscreen. Just come down to help us. We have wonderful posters, great group of people, and we have such support from the public that it's really very uplifting, and we have hope.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Well, thank you very much for coming out to interview us, and thanks for your show.
Hi, you're Nellie McKay? Oops.
I'm Nellie Mackay, to say the Scottish pronunciation. So.
And what brought you to be interested in the horse carriage industry and banning it?
Well, it's something that's so close to home, and it's a vulnerable industry in that it doesn't provide much to the city. Numerous studies have shown tourists don't come here just to ride the horses. It wouldn't impact tourism at all. And it seems like something right in people's backyard that they could immediately protest.
And so what do you do here?
Well, mostly we just try to inform the public and get them to sign our petition so as to show the government that the majority of people do oppose this industry. And unfortunately, you have to keep proving that time and time again, but hopefully we'll get it banned.
That's great. So you're here getting petition.
Yes, and occasionally we have postcards that we send to the City Council Speaker, Christine Quinn, who has seemed rather intractable on this issue, but we're hoping that public support and opinion will sway her to our side.
And why do you think it's the most important issue to ban a horse carriage industry?
Well, of course, there are a host of problems in the world, human as well as animal. But this seems like something so basic and so easy, really, to end. I mean, the solution is right at hand. You know, it's really not complicated. If they ban the carriage horses and provide the carriage horse drivers with an alternate means of income, you know, and if that requires a plan to help them find other work, that's what we should do. I mean, we're not opposed to people getting work. We're opposed to the abuse of these animals.
And it is abusive because of the noise, the traffic, the accidents that happen, the stress, the heat, not getting enough water, not getting proper exercise to be able to run freely in the field or something like that.
Well, all those reasons, yeah, the list goes on, and particularly then their end. After all those years of work, are they released into a field to retire peacefully, you know, chomping on grass and running around? No, most of them are sent to the slaughterhouse, and that, you know, that just kind of literally puts the nail in the coffin of why this is such a horrible industry.
So, so that's why you work with this group to help ban it.
Oh yeah, and Elizabeth Farrell and everyone else here, they're so dedicated. I get out when I can, but it's incredible how long they've been at this and how many people's hearts and minds they've changed and what real progress they're making.
Well, thank you, Nellie, so much for your work. And you have a record?
Yeah, I have my third record's about to come out this fall, and you know, hopefully I've performed at some benefits to raise awareness about this issue and to help the carriage horses, and I hope I'll be asked again, because that's the ultimate joy is not only performing, but performing for something you care about.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.